Smaller yet well-made films have become increasingly rare. Major studios rely on massive blockbusters and franchise films for major income, with smaller films focused on award season. Smaller intimate films that aren't being eyed for awards often go unnoticed. Even worse, Hollywood is full of unmade scripts that don't fit the mold studios are looking for, highlighting once again Hollywood's major disconnect with the average moviegoer. Yes, crowds love massive blockbusters such as the Marvel films. Yes, audiences enjoy being moved by powerful dramas. But do you know what all film viewers love? Being entertained regardless of politics, beliefs, or credos. Caught up in the money-making machine or ideals and politics, Hollywood in the last decade only seems interested in making movies centered around these two goals. Which makes it that much more refreshing when a film comes along that doesn't get caught up in any of that, and just tells a great story that entertains. Shut In is that movie. Directed by DJ Caruso, director of Disturbia, and starring Rainey Qualley as Jessica, a young mother of two and recovering addict. Jessica is recently on her own, separated from her ex-boyfriend and father of her children, Rob, played by Jake Horowitz, who refused to get clean and quit doing drugs. Home alone with her children, Jessica accidentally traps herself inside the food pantry when her ex shows up to the house letting her out. With Rob is a fellow drug user, Sammy, played by Vincent Gallo, an alleged child rapist. When Jessica scolds Rob for bringing Sammy into the house with their children, Rob becomes angry, perceiving Jessica to believe herself better than him for getting clean. Rob then traps Jessica back in the pantry, leaving her to fend for herself. The movie proceeds from these events filled with suspense and tension as Jessica must find a way out of the pantry for her children's sake, one of which is an infant and the other a very young child. Jessica must also contend with keeping her children safe from intruders such as Sammy and Rob, all while trapped. Much like last year's Run, Hide, Fight, which we at Red Moon also reviewed, Shut In is a film from the Daily Wire, which is, yes, a political news and media company. This, in and of itself, would seem to make the film's very existence rooted in politics, something I praise the movie for not being. I can and will clarify. Shut In is a film accessible to all audiences. It promotes values and morals that are universal. Its themes and ideals are organically written into the story. They do not feel politically motivated and are again fundamental truths and morals that all would agree with. In this way, a movie produced by a political outlet is far less political than anything that came out of Hollywood last year. Shut In isn't perfect, though. It does not tread new ground and isn't anything outside of what I've seen from similar thrillers. The movie is straightforward, and sometimes the characters make clearly illogical decisions or have unjustifiable lapses in judgment. On the other hand, however, the characters are very real and relatable. And considering all the adults in this film are either drug addicts that are currently high or a recovering addict, some lapses in judgment are completely justifiable. What the film does best, however, is tell an entertaining and engrossing story, with plenty of tension. You can feel Jessica's desperation as she needs to get out to make sure her kids are fed, tucked in, and diapers changed. You can feel her loss of spirit as she is helpless to help them. The frustration and small moments where she snaps at her older child only to quickly apologize are real of regular parents, let alone those struggling with addiction. Jessica is not a perfect person, or a perfect parent. The film highlights perseverance and redemption, but for those willing to sacrifice for it to become better people. The characters are believable and the cast gives solid performances. The movie is well made and truthfully has some of the best suspense I've seen in a film since A Quiet Place 2 last year. No, Shut In isn't an Oscar-caliber film, and it's not a massive mainstream blockbuster. It also isn't pretentious, nor does it browbeat. Shut In tells a straightforward story that is well made and entertaining. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does tell something true and visceral that will hook viewers and keep them on the edge of their seats. I give Shut In 3 out of 4 stars.